Ralph Bond reporting for D-Link, and we're going to be talking to Mike and George. They're going to give us a quick walkthrough of the booth, show us some of the fun things that are here on display.
We'll have George talk a little bit about.
All right, George. Oh, the big iron. George does the big iron. I get it.
Ice SCSI storage. It's a 15 base early Ice SCSI unit. Does both. There's a 8x1 gig unit and a 1x10 gigabit unit. So it's very high performance and very cost effective. With serial ATA, you can run multiple types of RAID, and it's very good for small and medium business all the way up to enterprise level.
Cool.
And Mike can take off the faceplates.
Ooh, yeah, that's always good.
And at the moment we have 4 drives plugged in. You can go up to 15 drives.
15, what kind of
serial ATA drives? As big as you want. Right now the biggest on the market is 1 terabyte in a single 3.5-inch drive. So you can get a lot of storage.
Wow.
In a very compact 3U space.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's built for enterprise class. It's got redundant power supplies, and you take the multiple Ethernet links and aggregate them. So you've got lots of failover, so no single point of failure.
Very cool. Okay, guys.
And these things are highly stackable, so you can put a whole lot of them together and just make one massive amount of storage.
Very cool. So what's next that's cool at the booth?
One of the new products we introduced very recently is our first WebSmart wireless switch, which is right here, the TES 1228P. We announced this a couple of months ago. The 1228P smart switch has been shipping for quite a while. One of the really neat things about this is very shortly you'll be able to get a free firmware upgrade to support wireless switching with your existing switch. And so it's a way to continue to add value to our existing customers. And it'll control up to 24 access points and allow you to control all the access points from one console. So it's very nice for a medium-sized business, maybe a school, hospitality, things like that. And that's our 1228P here.
The other one. The WebSmart Power over Ethernet. Power over Ethernet is really big. You can drive your VoIP systems off of it. Things like the internet cameras, and access points for your wireless switching. So Power over Ethernet is real big. We have.
On our Net Defense security at the top here, one of the newest ones we're just bringing out is the DFL S500. It's got redundant load balancing WAN ports and up to 7 LAN ports plus a DMZ port that's configurable. It supports, out of the box, 10 simultaneous SSL or IPsec sessions, and then it's upgradable up to 100 SSL sessions. So there's a lot of capability, both the firewall, it does network NAP, the Microsoft NAP, so as part of the authentication process, you can control what the user has to have configured, their updates, things like that. It's a very powerful system and a very nice compact unit.
Very cool.
And that one's just now coming out. We also have our DFL 800 and 1600, the Big Brother firewall systems.
Very cool. All right, guys, what's next?
And the full wireless switching family, this is our DWS family, which you can see both the DXS and the DWS is the same hardware, but you can take a DXS switch and you get a firmware upgrade to DWS or buy it as DWS initially. This will support up to 50 access points. And one of the really cool things about it is it's a full managed layer 2 switch. And so it's got all the enterprise class features you'd expect, but then it also there's power over Ethernet versions, and you can do rogue AP detection and mitigation. And so you can detect all the APs and then select which ones you know about. The ones you don't know about, you can actually select it and tell your other access points to knock them off.
Wow.
And you can go and tell all those clients to disassociate to protect your LAN from, say somebody goes and buys a home router and plugs it into your LAN. It's a huge security hole. So a lot of the IT personnel are really scared about rogue or unauthorized wireless access points.
Yep, right.
So, of course,
access points, they're not going to each have a web-based interface, so they can all be managed, using the one switch. And that's the nice thing about that. And also, if one of your access points should go down, it can rebuild it for you with the configuration.
And the switch controls the configuration. So you swap out the AP, and it automatically downloads the configuration for the new one. And then that way you also have a unified security approach so that the administrator can control the encryption, the authentication, and so you get the same level of security as if you had a wired LAN. And so it's really important for especially enterprise class IT people, because wireless is very powerful and flexible, but it can be really scary from a security perspective. And so those are the type of features we're trying to add to some of our newer products.
Very cool. All right, guys, what's next?
One of our new switch families are coming out are the VGS 3600. These are all gigabit ports. And one of the neat features on this one is it's starting, our first switch that supports IPv6 routing. So it's the next generation of IP routing. It's going to be required starting next year for government accounts, but it's also starting to roll out, especially all over the world, but it's rolling into the bigger corporations in the US. And so it continues to support IPv4, but then moves into IPv6 for future proofing and further security and address spacing.
Like Windows Vista natively supports IPv6, so this goes into the future proofing of your network.
Very cool.
It's a small business VoIP phone system, and one of the biggest strengths of it is its ease of setup and ease of use. The idea is that a lot of small and medium businesses don't have a dedicated IT person on staff, and so with this product you've got a very user-friendly GUI, a graphical user interface, and to set up a new set of phones, all you need to do is plug it in and write down the MAC address, and you can go in, the tool will automatically find it, and then you configure the user's name, their account number, and then the really cool thing from the user's perspective is it has voice recognition. And so you can set up all your contact list, your phone book, even your company directory for outside callers. You can just recognize the name. And it's very flexible and surprisingly good at actually identifying. You don't have to train it like the old voice systems where you had to go and teach it the word and make sure it played it back, things like that. This one, the technology is so advanced, it's actually able to pick up what you say and understand it. And so you can put in call home and it'll just dial. Wow. And so it's a really neat system we're real excited about. And so it'll support up to 50 phones, and it'll be rolling out very shortly. It's in beta testing right now.
Very cool. All right. Well, the Tag Team Wrestling Federation would be proud of you boys, in the trade show business at least. Thanks again, George and Mike, for taking us through some of the hot products here at the show.
Thank you.